Hey, this is Brother Peterson, and you're week 11, which means you're the same week, coming or going, 1-1, and hopefully you're on daylight savings time, and so you've fast forward an hour into the future. So here we are, week 11. You can't breathe too hard, because this is actually a pretty challenging week, I got to tell you. So it's a great week because you can talk about a little about genetics and childhood, kind of an interesting life, or interesting title, the beginning of life and childhood. In fact, I'm wearing my purple tie. See it? Not because it's just dashing, but because of my royal heritage. That's right. I can trace through family search. It's pretty cool if you haven't done that. I can trace it. In fact, I have two lines I can trace back to Adam. How about that? I don't know how accurate it is, but it's pretty cool. And the reason that is because once you pop up into a royal line, they have a lot of history, family history. So it's kind of interesting if you get into someone with some royal blood in Europe someplace. It'll take you back, related to Charlemagne and some other interesting people in history. And I actually did my DNA through Ancestry and found out that I have a small trace of European Jewish blood, which kind of matches up because I can trace it through the Levites as well as I can trace it through Joseph with those two lines. Kind of interesting. Okay, so enough about me. We can talk about the chapter now, which is going to be challenging. It's interesting. You could talk a whole semester on genetic research. And it's a fascinating thing to get into. And if any of you are going into medicine, an actual practice of medicine as a clinician, that is some pretty interesting stuff if you end up going and doing some genetic research. And precision medicine right now is a hot topic, which uses your genetic makeup to try to figure out what's going on in your body. All right. One of the questions you're going to do, it's going to be a post, and it's going to be due on course as usual on Wednesday. Is you're going to look at some of the questions in the back, answer those questions, and then you're going to need to talk to your spouse or family member or friend or some dude on the street. Hey, can I ask you some questions? So somebody else, and incorporate that into your post. And of course, the normal practice is on Saturday you're going to respond to that post. The other thing you're going to do on Saturday, and I actually kicked it down to Saturday, usually do on Wednesday, but I wanted you guys to have a little more time to think about it because this is a challenging one. You need to research, watch a video, a movie, a news report about a lady that was kept alive in order for her baby to be born. Okay? She was basically dead. But I want you to do some research in your state to find out how your state would deal with that situation. And you ask, well, what sort of laws would cover that? Well, there's a number of laws, different angles, and I'm not going to tell you exactly how you do it because it's very interesting to see how different people tackle the issue. But you could look at, and kind of a hint, you could look at, child protection laws. You could look at, what is supposed to be provided. You could look at the definition of a life under maybe some abortion-related statutes. And you can also look at possibly living wills and some termination of life statutes that may be out there with regards to keeping someone alive on life support. Even if they said, or there's no indication that they wanted to be kept alive on life support, what is the right to have somebody kept alive on life support in order for the baby to be born? So that's a little challenging topic, but I want you to do some research. I don't want you just to think about, oh, that's a great idea, or, well, that's kind of interesting. I really want you to put some thought into that in order to get full points, because I'm going to grade this one a little bit harder than I have in the past, because I do want you to do some research and to show me that you've looked at your own state and tackled that question. because it's a pretty interesting subject to think about. Okay. All right. Now, something that I like to talk about toward this end of the semester is the fact that we need to endure to the end, and part of enduring to the end means having your lamps full. Okay, here's my genie lamp. Got this in Iraq, and so you need to have enough oil in here to keep that wick burning. So what is the oil that we put in? Obviously, for your quizzes and your tests and so forth, you need to have enough in here, knowledge in here, in here, that when it comes for the test time, you're not just guessing, but you've studied, you put in the time and the effort. But also in life, you need to put time and effort and preparation as you look forward to whatever you're going to be doing, whatever challenge is ahead of you. And gospel related, it's pretty important that you read your scriptures, and that if you have a temple recommend, you go to the temple and go often. All right, those are some things that are going to be important in life. So, word to the wise: get your lamps ready for the final that's coming up. That's coming up in 3 short weeks, and you're going to want to make sure that you got your lamp ready to go when you take that final, because it's a tough final, but it's one that you can do. I know you can do it. Okay, all right. So enjoy week 11 and have an awesome week. Talk to you later.